Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Medical. This is Smitty from 60cards.com. I wanted to show you a homebrew I made. This is in a daily event. There are 4 rounds. I ended up 4-0ing it, split in the finals, but this is total homebrew. Earlier in the day, it started as a mono-green elf deck with Fun Shamans, Vengevines, some 1-ofs like Cajonli Hydra, but it just didn't have a good matchup versus Valakut and Soul Sisters, so it really needed a splash. The obvious choice was either white or red because of the dual lands, and my brother and I, we decided on red because red really gives you Bloodbraid for Vengevine Recurrence, which is obviously good, and also Sark Involved. We had a lot of guys that would come in and we needed them to be haste, and also it helps the match 1 versus Valakut for stealing their Primevals, which I'll go over. So we have those made, and then sideboard you have a ton. We got 4 Fork Bolts, 4 Lightning Bolts. That's for Soul Sisters, Mythic, Naya, whatever. It really helps the matchup. Even though you can't turn 1 cast that, it's okay, because turn 2 you can usually bolt and then cast a 1-drop land or elf or Draga Tree Speaker. And Draga Tree Speaker is the champion of this deck. She's just amazing. But the sideboard tech, Valakut, the best tech I've come up with is probably Mark of Mutiny, because, turn 4 or 5, they're dropping their Primeval, and you have board presence, and by that time you're jacking it to swing in for the win, because they're probably at no more than 12 life or so if you're coming out at all. Otherwise you're probably going to lose anyways. So yeah, this is the green-red elf deck, and I'll show you what I got. Now, the only thing is the tap lands. They do slow you down, but Bloodbraid Elf will catch you back up from not playing the tap lands, if you get what I mean. So obviously turn 1 play here. I got plenty of mana. It might be a little slow. I don't know what I'm playing against here. This is post sideboard. So I decided to keep it. He's playing the mono green Eldrazi ramp. And the idea is just to hit him as hard as you can, as fast as you can. So anytime you have a spell that does something not damage oriented, or you can't catch the damage back up next turn, you probably don't want to cast it. I got lucky for a turn 2 Archdruid, which really got the ball rolling. Granted, I had no way to cast Bloodbraid the next turn. But it worked out. I got to throw it. I probably overextended because I knew the deck did play all his dust, but Vengevine I knew would help, and he does cast all his dust here. The great thing about this deck, though, with Vengevines is you have some staying power. So I'll show you what happens here. It's pretty awesome. There's so many different ways this deck can come out that I'd love to show you. There's just too many videos I'd have to play. So I got plenty of mana. Obviously, I was going to cast the Bloodbraid here to recur the Vengevine. It hits Vengevine every time pre-sideboard. Post-sideboard, you can mess it up, but it's worth it. The bolts and the fork bolts are amazing. So he's summoning traps into Primeval. It's going to prevent me from swinging, but it's okay. Fortunately, he didn't have an Eldrazi or anything too epic this turn. So he attacks, gets 2 more Eldrazi temples probably. And another one. Normally against Valakut that probably would have been game over. But this is pretty awesome. So I top deck the Mark of Mutiny I need, but it isn't enough on its own. But this deck has so much mana that I have 8 mana here to cast. Both of them. So I can Eldrazi Monument, steal the Primeval for the win. So, as you can see, I'll let it finish here. There's just so many, it's so aggro-ish, yet the red gives you the answers to the issues that a mono green deck can't. So, yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know. These I did have, oh, there's my 11 pack. So, these I did have, what am I trying to say? Oh geez, I forgot. Anyways, I had Gaia's Revenge in there, which I believe I'm going to take out for Wolfbriar Elemental, so Yeah, anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoy another episode of Medical.